You're muted on Twitch.
God damn it, I forgot to ask. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Every time I forget to ask that it happens too. Every time I ask, you're fine.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Okay, so quick recap. Ronnie is questioning God. Because he has no doubt that they're like powerful beings still that would be considered gods by our sense. It's just whether or not they are benevolent and all-powerful. And Ruby has less faith, is what he was talking about, or seemingly already didn't have like as much faith as Ronnie did.
Yeah, we're kind of just dissecting their personal places on their journeys while this spirited stranger from last episode is dressing Thrall Abdul's wounds in this backyard. It's really nice and laid out. There's a deck and a grill, wind chimes, topiary bushes, rose bushes, some berry bushes as well. This guy's got a wife that's really into landscaping apparently. He's got picket fences all around. It's just a nice reprieve. It's like a suburban Garden of Eden to these small critters. Ruby, what you were saying about your personal journey of faith thus far?
She's more. I don't know what the word would be because it's not agnostic.
So more like she just doesn't care.
Yeah, she just doesn't care. The gods are there. They don't like.
Indifferent.
There's
apathetic. Yeah. You're agnostic. Agnostic.
In Dungeons and Dragons, there's like agnosticism is described as like, it's not that you doubt the gods exist because there is like definitive proof they do. It's whether or not you put any faith into their divinity, and I just don't think she does. Like,
no, she has no faith in their divinity.
Yeah.
What's funny is I had a D&D character once that was legitimately atheist, and he's just like, it's in a world where gods fully exist and have like their own portion of control, and he's just like, no, they're just really powerful. They're just real powerful dudes. There's no such thing as a god.
You bended time yesterday. Can't you? Like, everyone can. Sure.
So an old man Hickory up in the mountain last week when he made who gives a shit?
All right, fair enough.
How is Chewy? If you give me a luck check as to determine whether you can decide whether or not the spirited stranger is in fact human or animal.
That's a good point.
Favorite running rolling gag. This is the "Are you my dad?" of the
my heck! I just rolled 2 6s, so that's 8.
2 6s, that's 8. 2 6s, that's 12, my dude.
14.
14. Okay. Yeah.
He subtracted 2 instead of adding it.
Oh yeah. This is a human. This is a really cool human. This is by far, Chewy, this is your favorite human that you ever met.
Dude,
this guy's chill.
This is your favorite human.
I am very, very closely watching. Just what you doing?
It's just you see the large bearded man with the stethoscope. He's got the thing up on his chest, and he's listening, and he's moving it, and he's listening. There's the rather grim expression across his face. He is taking out what is essentially just garbage out of the bullet wound, like scraps of cloth from discarded clothing.
This must be a weird day for this guy.
It's a very strange day. He picks out with a pair of tweezers a couple of maggots. Nasty,
Ugh.
nasty business. And
At
you
least
can
they're
watch.
cleaning it.
You see him pour alcohol, like actual medical alcohol, into the wound. And you see it fizz and bubble, and some other small crawly things come out of the wound. It's like I said, it was dressed by wild animals, and therefore it was not dressed well. And you can see that with the immense pain that the rubbing alcohol would have brought to the wound, there's only minimal movement from Thrall Abdul's hind legs, his ears, just minimal responses to anything. Sam, what are you doing in this this sort of respite zone?
I think Sam's trying to collect himself at this point.
Yeah, walk me through. Walk me through your mindset.
If you think about how a bird deals with a human, is that they just 9 times out of 10 they don't.
Yeah.
Like, so it's
called
whenever
fight for a reason.
Yeah, it's like he literally, whenever he had to interact with humans, it was you take off and avoid.
Mm-hmm.
Sam is a fightless bird.
At this point, he's flightless. I think he threw his back. Oh, he's a fightless bird.
Yes.
A lot of fighting.
Let me
tell you that much.
Yeah.
You guys, and so the whole last session was him trying to figure out what his tiny person can do to try to help all these people get out of the park, and it involved him having to interact with more humans than he's ever had to in his entire life. And he's an old bird. He's just like, so at this point he's just like, I'm exhausted. My adrenaline has been spiking for hours, and he's just like, he's just sitting and just trying to collect himself. And I think he's trying to avoid most of the group right now because he kind of blames them for getting him in the situation that he's in.
So I imagine you've taken like a sort of sentry position on top of the picket fence.
Yeah, so he's more or less kind of like being a lookout. Like he is keeping an eye on this bearded guy because at this point his level of trust in humans has gone down. Where he watched this god of death walk into the park, and then watched them all kind of more or less not get out of the way for an easy escape out of the park, and then watched Thrall get hit by a car.
Yeah, I will note
so it's like
everyone in the party can smell more housers on this human than any other human that you've encountered. It's a warm smell. If it's a good way to
I was going to say, is that a good thing or a bad thing that he smells like housers?
He smells like a lot of. He smells like many housers, and he also smells like sometimes the staff from Good Burger will spill something in the back alley, and it's like a cleaning agent or something. He smells like many housers and a couple of cleaning agents. And then there's also like a faint whiff of something smoky, something not like cigar smoky, but like meat smoky, like barbecue smoky. That's basically the smell profile that you're getting from this guy. If you could describe, attribute some kind of deific epithet to this bearded gentleman, it'd be like the god of housers and hospitality or something like that. And to that point, Sam Morgan, you're the first one to notice from your vantage point that there is a little tray of cat food just kind of in the corner of the backyard here. And you recognize on that plate the smell of many strays that frequent the park. Many stray cats that frequent the park here. For all intents and purposes, this is like a dead drop of a large amount of cash in critter terms here.
Can I do a little investigation from my perch, or would I have to get down from there and go down?
Yeah, come on down to the thing and give me a cunning check.
Okay. Cunning check.
Unless you picked up some ability that makes it easier for you to suss things out.
No, I have an ability called an eye for the real story
Ah,
that
okay.
I stole from a different playbook. But it's when you read a tense situation, you can kind of pick up on if somebody's keeping a secret.
Ah.
But it doesn't really apply to just kind of quick investigation work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll roll cunning on this. Let's see. How does an 11 work for you?
An 11 works rather well. You think back to the strays that you've encountered most recently, and the strays you've encountered most recently were in the spoon the night that Thrall Abdul showed up. And you're you're smelling, you're thinking back, and yeah, some of the stray cats that were in the spoon that night, they have visited this dead drop of kibble several times. Maybe nightly they come to this place and pick up just free food, free money, more or less.
Huh. I'm gonna scoop up some of it and put it into my little crow pockets.
Yeah.
Little crow pockets is such a funny segment.
Crow pockets, man.
Yeah, I got my little
Little crow pockets.
It's like every good crow. I got my collection of shiny bits, and I got I'm gonna take some of these for comparison later to kind of like see if I can go a little bit further to like get some evidence for it,
Yeah,
like
Ziploc
actual
bag,
support.
you put a few of those in there, you mark it with a expo.
And just mark it, put it in my little pocket, and we're gonna take some. I'm gonna make sure that none of you guys are watching though, because I don't want you guys thinking that I'm just.
In which case, you roll a cunning, everyone else roll luck.
Oh.
So I do have a move called Silent Pause,
Okay.
but it has to do with slipping in and out of dangerous situations.
Mm.
I don't know if this would count as like a sneak.
You are definitely sneaking, but
Oh, yeah, I'm just trying to see if anything that I can do works for this.
I mean, give me a roll, and
Okay.
give me a roll. Give me a roll. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, so I have. This was rolling cunning. You
Yeah.
said. That's going to be an 8.
8 beats. Only Ruby. Did you roll, or are you just not?
Hit.
Did
you zone out?
No, I was waiting for you to ask. Yeah, no, I got
Never
a 5.
holding up the numbers.
We're dead.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When other people are talking, we're holding up the numbers.
That's fair.
This ability doesn't even matter
Okay,
because it
so-
basically makes it so that if I had a miss, I can shift it by marking exhaustion.
Ah. Okay.
But I
I'm gonna
rolled.
say
I rolled over a 7. So
over a 7. Okay. I'm gonna say that you are able to pocket it without anyone seeing, but Ronnie, you do notice that Detective Morgan has found something. You just didn't see him put any of it in his pocket.
I just kind of walk over and go, "What you got, partner? I guess." Do I call you that? Do I call you that? I'm speaking quietly.
Great conversation, actually.
Ronnie, at this point of the day, Ronnie, I don't give a shit what you call me.
Okay, it doesn't really answer my question in my valuable way. But did you find something important?
You can call me Sam for now, Ronnie. It's fine.
All right, Sam.
I just noticed he kind of gestures down at the dish of kibble, and he's like, "Look familiar to you?"
I mean, does it look familiar for the same reasons it looked familiar to Morgan? I don't know if I'm
I just wanted to see if I have to explain it or not, and see if you pick up on it.
I understand it's money.
So the reason why this is so intriguing to Morgan, and Morgan, you can back me up on this if you would like, is because Morgan's partner died investigating mysterious instances of kibble, the cash of our society, flowing into the park from unknown sources, and being hoarded in an unknown location by unknown people, causing instability in the kibble and bit
The
market.
equivalent of offshore bank accounts. Got it.
Something like money laundering.
Bank accounts.
Yeah.
It's like
And this-
money caches and laundering. Yeah.
I'm glad. I think Moss is laughing at me, but I'm not 100% sure. But I'm gonna take that ego boost.
And
Oh.
and what is so interesting about this to Morgan is that his partner's investigation got her killed.
Mhm.
And that's not you don't know any of that. I'm explaining that to you.
Yeah,
Whatever Morgan decides to share with you is what's up to
I will
Morgan.
respond accordingly. What do you tell me?
So as I was making conversation with you. Because like, do you reckon? Does this look anything to like? Let's see how you do. Does this look like anything to you?
It looks like someone
well, I mean,
left money in a dish.
It's a large sum of money. I don't really. I mean, I have a couple kibs and bits to get through the day, but I'm not like the biggest participant in capitalism. So
Yeah.
capitalism. Hey.
Hey.
So I might be missing some context here.
And you're picking up that stray smell coming off of the area.
Oh yeah.
My little
Yeah.
snout wiggles.
Yep.
Oh.
What this
Oh.
looks like to me, Ronnie, is almost like a dead drop. You notice that a lot of strays coming in, pockets lined with kibble, coming in quite a bit to the park lately, right?
I suppose so. Again, I'm not the
mean,
the
you see
biggest capitalist.
You see him coming into your dad's church.
He-
You can't say you haven't noticed that, right?
Well, of course I noticed. But
Shiftless strays coming in with more ties than they should.
Yeah.
yeah, a little more than 10%. You know.
Yeah. So what I'm looking at here is kind of like I said, like a dead drop. There's the exorbitant amount of cash just left out, free for anybody to take. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I know you're new to this, but this is something that I had a partner before this. You saw her desk when we were back in my office, but she was looking into this exact thing, and it didn't go well. Let's just put it that way.
I understand now why you were being secretive. Don't worry, my mouth's shut. I'm definitely not going to tell Ruby. And
That's appreciated.
yeah,
And
I probably would have before knowing told Chewie, but I guess I'll just
yeah. So like I said, like we said before, we're going to keep this hush from the raccoons. They got some ties in with some of that laundering coming in with that kibble. So I know Chewie seems like a good guy, but he is a member of that family. So let's keep this on the hush, all right?
listen. I truly believe that kid could do anything but keep a secret. So
Sorry, I laughed out of character. That was good.
So good. Chewie.
Yeah.
Chewie, after like dressing the deer much better, the great big bearded god goes back into the house, and a few minutes later emerges with a small, like a small tea plate, with kibble on it, and he places it down in front of you because you're right there, and then he takes some of the kibble in his hand and like puts like a couple of strange oblong kibble in with the mix and kind of holds it up to Thrall Abdul's snoot, which wiggles a little bit, and then in a brief moment of lucidity, the tongue comes out and licks the kibble that you know and the kibble that you don't know out of his hand. He just gave him antibiotics. I don't want listen.
got lost in the weeds a little there in the metaphors.
Yeah.
He's
He's
like inspecting.
right?
Basically, this guy just gave you a plate full of free food/money.
Better the kibble that you know than the bits that you don't.
I saw him give it. Okay, so I saw him give it to Thrall Abdul. I am not going to assume that I'm allowed to touch it. If that makes sense.
He pushes the kibble on the little tea plate like closer to you.
I kind of like look over at like mostly Ronnie because he's the one that knows like religious stuff among us, as far as I'm aware. So I'm just like, I look over and like raise my eyebrows and be and like tilt my head a little bit, like, what should I do?
I don't. Hey, in my experience, the gods give us food, not money. But we're in new territory. Maybe this is the standard custom around here.
Ruby, what are you up to?
I am exploring.
Finding something flammable.
I am exploring. I want to know what's going on around here. Like, what's this guy's place like? Is there dirty secrets?
There's a locked shed. There are a bunch of rose bushes, and some blackberry, blueberry bushes, topiary bushes with some nice flowers coming off them. Mm-hmm. Underneath the deck, there are there's a half deflated soccer ball. It looks like it's been there for 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Oh.
So
this is more or less just a normal backyard of a father whose kids have more or less gone away.
Okay, so what happens when I want to use a feat I don't have?
I don't know.
There is something in the book about it.
I think so too.
You have to trust fate.
Oh, I have to trust fate?
Yeah,
okay.
When you trust fate to get through a trouble roll with luck. And it says,
okay.
Yeah, if you attempt to do a roguish feat you're not skilled in, you're trusting fate.
Okay. I would like to lockpick the shed then.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's a 10.
That's a 10.
Yes.
Okay. In the moments where the bearded god of hospitality is in his big shed, you go to his little shed, and go ahead and mark depletion so I can give you one depletion so I can give you a bobby pin from nowhere.
Oh no, I have paper clips.
You have paper clips. This is news
I
to
have
me.
paper clips. Would you like to know my entire inventory?
I thought we did that last time.
Did we?
Didn't end up
No.
finishing really. I'm still not entirely clear on what could go into a portable kitchen. So I have a small list of ideas, but you haven't seen them yet.
I'm content with my salt and decoder ring. That's what my inventory currently contains, and I'm fine with that being the only things.
God, I might have just forgotten that you mentioned paper clips in your inventory.
No, I didn't mention my entire inventory. I just mentioned that I put flashlight in my inventory.
Okay. Yeah, at some point, if you could all give me a short list in private DMs, what is in.
I gave you my full list just now.
That's awesome. Thanks, man.
I'll just take a picture.
It's a very short list.
Awesome. But yeah, paper clips. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I don't know why you want to get in this guy's shed so bad.
Why wouldn't you want in this
It's a
man's
place
shed?
I can't go into.
Which does not exist for Ruby.
Exactly. Okay. So I lock the shed.
Yeah.
And what is inside the shed?
I pick it along.
Inside the shed, which the door kind of swings open and creaks fairly loudly. Everyone can hear the shed open because it's creaking and it's loud. Inside there is a lawnmower that looks like it was used last weekend. A couple of watering cans, a bag of mulch, some small spades, a large shovel. There's a bike that is hung up on hooks up at the top of the shed, and one set of deer antlers that's only 4 points. That's hanging on the far back wall.
Oh, that's a red flag.
It's a flag.
It's like it's danger. I want to scurry over to Ronnie and tell him about the deer antlers.
What's going on?
I got into the guy's shed, and he's got another deer's antlers in there.
Morgan, can we talk for a moment over here, please?
Oh boy. Yeah, coming.
Ronnie's having a rough day, and you just introduced a whole new spanner into that work.
And now I'm going to go tell Chewie.
So, Morgan,
I'm literally beside the human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on?
So Ruby's telling me, and it looks like it's unlocked if we want to go look, that there is another set of deer antlers in that shed, which makes me a little nervous about the deer we have now.
Oh boy.
Welcome to Animals Not Understanding Humans, the show.
Listen, we are played by humans, but we are doing our best to forget that fact.
Yes.
Yep.
So here's kind of an interesting way to use this ability, where I was talking about the eye for the real story, where you read a tense situation to spot someone who knows more than they're letting on. Can we kind of use this to kind of figure out what the bearded man is hiding from this? Like, would I be able to roll some sort of investigation and kind of understand why he would have half of a deer skull in his shed? If not, I can just kind of do my own little investigation in the shed.
I now understand why God doesn't answer my prayers. It's like, how do I explain this to animals? Oh my god. Yeah, go ahead and give me, another, cunning check as you, fly into the shed and kind of land on this, tool bench with some tools hung up on a pegboard.
Rolling so hot tonight.
So hot!
I rolled an 11, which is a 12 for me on cunning.
Heck yeah, dude.
Nice.
And then, because of the eye for the real story ability, I get a +1 ongoing to convince the bearded man to share secrets with me in private.
Gotcha. So you fluttering into the shed is what brings his attention to the shed being unlocked in the first. So you get a couple seconds of just being in there in the dusty air with the pegboard with the tools on it, and the first thing you notice about the antlers here is that they are dusty. They have cobwebs all over them. They are very old, and the board that they're mounted on has a hand-scratched name on it. You don't have Ronnie's decoder ring, so I'm not going to give you the name, but it's a name.
I'm not over here, so.
And so that's what you see there. You also see similar depictions of these four-pointed antlers in photographs that are about on this desk, this tool bench here in the shed. And you see them. You see those.
Do any of them look like the god of death that we encountered the other night?
No, the god of death is not in any of these photographs. What you see in the photographs are the horns that you recognize, but they're attached to a whole deer in these photographs. And you see the bearded god of hospitality with a much shorter beard standing next to a slightly taller human that looks just enough like him that you can tell, especially on such a hot roll, that this must be his son that just happened to get taller genes. And both the bearded gentleman and the son are beaming with pride over this hunt that they've gotten, and they're both wearing the orange robes that the god of death was wearing, And there's that picture with them just holding it up next to each other and just beaming with pride. And then there's another picture of seemingly taken by the bearded god of the sun, kind of pointing off into the distance towards like mountains that you've never seen before. They seem to be from some faraway place. These treasured mementos of a hunting trip long past. And that is when the bearded god of hospitality, his shadow covers you, and he kind of looks at you, and he takes one of the pictures, the picture of his son pointing out into the distance, and he wipes the excess dust off of it, and kind of looks down at it, and for a moment you can see tears welling up in his old eyes. And you can see sadness from the bygone happy memory that is probably 4 or 5 years old. Something in your instincts tell you that the son and father didn't part on the best of terms. Yeah. That is the story that, with your expert protective skills, that you're picking up.
Okay. But does that kind of more or less give me the more at ease about the old antlers on the wall? I guess it kind of would, where it's like if I'm noticing all these pictures where it may have been something that the two of them had in common, and it's not well known to me whether or not they were obtained through more nefarious means. It could have been anything, but it's more or less. I notice that this guy is having a rough time coming into this shed. I think Sam would take his leave at this point. He'd just kind of like scoot past him and fly back out into the yard.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, Ronnie, give him some berth there, bud. Yeah, clear out of the area for a minute.
I just kind of nod and do it. I'm not in the business of asking many questions today. I've gotten more answers than I would like to today.
Yeah, this man, he kind of stays in the shed for a little bit, kind of like a somberness, like a sad smell kind of pours out of the shed. And then after a while, he comes out and just looks inquisitively down at the lock with the paperclip still sticking out of it. And he's like, "What?" Picks it up.
Weird day for this guy. Really weird day for this guy.
Really, just a really weird day. He picks it up, he locks the shed, and he goes inside. And after a second, he comes out with a beer, and he just kind of sits on the porch. On the patio, the deck there, and he kind of.
Do I now know what a beer is? Looking at it.
No, I mean it's a strange glass. You know what glass is, and you know what alcohol. You guys have a general concept of alcohol on your plane.
Okay.
So hey, Chewie.
Hey!
Hey, I found deer antlers in his shed. I think this might be another god of death.
So those come off.
I don't know. They don't look like they do.
If they're removable.
Did you tell the other two?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I think they'll probably make better decisions than we will.
How?
Excuse you, this is a great
smart.
decision.
What? Wait, what's a great decision?
Getting out of here because he's a god of death.
Yeah, but like our friend, acquaintance, person, dear, is is kind of not moving yet, so I don't think we have the choice to leave.
Well, we have to get him moving.
That didn't go well the last time we did it.
I don't know. We need to get out of here.
Why don't we talk to the other two before we make any decisions? Because I don't think we should make this on our own.
I really appreciate Chewy's ability to
Be rational.
not be responsible, but understand that other people can be responsible. I imagine Ronnie.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to hide.
I imagine
Roll
Ronnie.
to hide.
Oh god.
Can you at least tell me where you're hiding so that if anybody needs to find you, we can just kind of do that?
Is that
I'm
Homer
not
Simpson
hiding.
back into a bush?
I'm not hiding very well. That's a 5. So it's like I'm standing behind a sapling.
Very hidden.
My immediate
Very
thought
high.
was like right behind a gnome.
I'm gonna
Standing upright behind the gnome.
I'm gonna go find the other two. You have fun hiding here.
Okay.
I imagine Sam and Ronnie are just standing next to each other, silent because they're the only two people who are fine with just silence.
Sam's enjoying the fact that Ronnie's just being quiet. It's like I don't have to listen.
Ronnie is he's only talks a lot when he's like arguing about his sister.
If you think about all the way up until this day, it's the whole interaction we've ever had. It's like yeah, this kid's all right.
Ronnie on his own is a very good boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like he's sitting here. He's just like, all right, Ronnie. Yeah.
Just waddle it over and interrupt you too.
It's like this is completely silent between the two of them. They're just hey, this kid's all right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Raccoon waddles in.
So Ruby did tell you to, right? Just making sure.
Antlers, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's going on with you two? What do you think about it?
Well, I took a look around before the human made his way into that enclosure over there, and I'm not getting. As a detective, you get vibes from certain things on whether or not you feel like something's wrong, and been doing this long enough to kind of recognize that I don't think that's the case in there.
I do the same thing with food.
Sure, that makes sense. Yeah, huh?
What is evidence but the ingredients for a case?
You can't keep doing this.
I can, and I will.
We can keep doing this.
Says pocket sand over there.
What is pocket sand but the ingredient to fucking up someone else's day?
Now, so I'm at the moment. I am not as concerned about the extra bits hanging in that shed there, but how's our escort doing on the table over there?
Please don't call him that.
He's still out, I think. So Ronnie, you should probably go tell Ruby. She's pretty convinced that this is the god of death.
Fuck, where's Ruby?
Shit,
go there.
where the hell is Ruby?
She hiding, but she's not doing a very good job.
Yeah, it's only a 5. Don't worry about it.
I'm looking at her, and all of a sudden I just see her standing in an angle in which, from my angle, she's just next to the gnome.
You ever watch One Piece at all?
Yes, not all
Like,
1,000
no,
episodes.
Yeah, no,
But I've
like
seen like 100 or 200. So.
they show Chopper hiding every once in a while, and he's kind of like. So picture he's trying to hide behind a doorway, but he's sitting in the doorway instead of behind the doorway.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, that's the energy. Ruby, I'm running over, afraid to leave her alone for too long, because she was with Chewie, where things were safe.
Yeah.
Because again, Ronnie trusts Chewie way too much. He doesn't know that Ronnie's a kill count. He's convinced Ronnie couldn't keep secret.
Ronnie.
Ronnie, Chewie, I hate my
Same.
Yeah, I'm Ronnie.
Words,
Who's
names,
Ronnie? I'm
and
Ronnie.
words.
He also can't keep a secret, but that's because he has no desire to.
Ronnie's having a hell of a day here.
Yeah. Ruby, are you okay?
Yeah, but there's a god of death, so I don't want to get
He's
caught
not-
up in that.
He's not the god of death. Morgan looked it over.
Proof!
I don't. Morgan knows more. Morgan knows more about it than I do. I don't really.
I just want to say, out of
You
all
trust
people
the damn
requesting
copper
proof,
more than me?
Yeah, no wonder that's the request being the fucking scoundrel
You
is
heard
so
it here
fun.
first. Ruby says ACAB. Hey, listen, she's the one who asked for proof, actually. So, like, listen,
Anyway,
she has
talk
a
to-
point.
talk to
Yep.
Morgan about it. I don't. He seems to have a better beat on it than I do.
I don't trust a damn word he says.
That's fair. He has arrested you. What is it? 36 times?
37.
Oh yeah, for you to include the most recent events.
how are you out of jail?
It's all connected.
Yeah.
How am I
sure.
on a police escort mission?
Ronnie puts in 7 hours a day into just cleaning up Ruby's messes for her.
Oh, my.
And then the church puts in 6.
That's a whole day right there.
Yeah, it's a business day.
Yeah, that's a business day right there.
Anyway. Most of the time she was tried as a child, you know, and then after that, her record got cleaned because again, church and state being really well connected. No separation in New Rodensburg between church and state.
If you want me to talk to this bird so bad, let's go over there.
Yeah, I mostly just don't want you to be alone, okay? You already broke into a shed today. I don't know it.
It was clearly unlocked.
You guys all.
I stuck a pin in it.
You guys all hear the familiar rumble of a human wheeled conveyance come up behind. Well, would be in the front of the house because you guys are in the backyard, and then stop. And then the sound of human feet coming in out of the car and into the house. And then you hear a human woman's voice in, human tongue, which I think only Ronnie can, really understand, kind of.
I'm really glad I took this deciphering. I really thought it was going to come up once.
I gave you a universal translator, and I gave her a bazooka.
Yeah, that's how you know that you know our characters well.
Hence why Chewie almost died last episode.
I got a coat,
Didn't been healed.
and I took and I grew out of the coat, so I put a spatula from the coat onto a new coat. So now I just have a felt spatula. That is my human artifact.
And that's why you never burn anything, and everything you make is really good.
And
We all thought it was
Now with
special interest, nah, it was human magic.
Damn it.
Both. Little of both.
Little of both.
Anyway, yeah, what's she saying?
She's saying, "Hey, how was your day? Did you have a good day? I know you took a day off from the animal hospital. Oh my God, there's a deer on the deck, Ronald! Ronald! I thought you said you were gonna take a day off from being an animal savior. Oh,
Guys, I have potentially good news.
Oh, I love you." And she bends over and gives the bearded god of hospitality a big old kiss on the cheek. The doctor says you should stop drinking that beer, though. Yeah, well, doctor doesn't know anything. I'm also a doctor. You're an animal doctor, hon.
Humans, animals, both can't have beer, really.
Did you see that Aiden called? No, I didn't. I didn't check the answering machine. Well, there's a call here, and it's from Aiden's number. You tell me you didn't open it? No, I didn't feel like it. I kind of got preoccupied with Bucky over here.
Name's Thrall. I say out loud as if they can understand me.
Yeah.
Ronnie, give me a luck check.
Oh god, I don't want this to pass.
Oh no.
Okay, I only got a 5, so it didn't.
So you say that out loud to the bearded god of hospitality, and it comes out as a squeak. And like for a second, his eyes flick over to you, and they back up. Yeah, I kind of got preoccupied. Some careless driver knocked him really hard in the backside, and looks like he was also shot recently. Oh, poor thing! Oh, poor thing! Yeah, I gave him some antibiotics and sewed him up real nice. It looked like he was shot, like maybe a day or two ago. Yeah. Well, do you want to hear this message from Aiden? It's like a heavy pause.
I want to hear this.
Yeah.
The bearded god slides the door to the patio to the deck shut as his response. And from the inside, you can kind of see the silhouette of the woman kind of go like, and then hit play on the answering machine.
So here's the things I just gleaned from that conversation. I fully understood it. I'm not ready to talk about that fact. So I'm just going to tell you what I heard. Apparently this guy isn't like the god of death, or a god of death, because apparently there's multiple, and he shivers a little thinking about that. Pretty much the opposite. He's like a god of life. He like, you know how we have a hospital? He does a hospital just for animals. And he like saves them, and he gave them antibiotics and soda or something.
I need you to give me a cunning check to see if you can comprehend what antibiotics are.
That's why I said it like I didn't know what it was. I also, instead of sewed him up, I said soda, because that's what the closest word my brain knew was. So I gave him antibiotics and soda.
Soda.
Fucking 2 6s on my...
Your brain is aflush with the history of antibiotics.
I start weeping openly.
Are you okay?
Forbidden knowledge!
I look up and go, he's gonna be fine, I think he's gonna be alright. Oh my god, I need to stop doing things.
Are you having a breakdown?
I think so. Do you know what antibiotics are?
No.
Chewie knows everything. Chewie, you know antibiotics?
Oh.
Oh, weird. I do now, and I know what a school is.
Do you need to go home?
I don't know what I need anymore.
Do you need the animal doctor?
I don't... So, antibiotics are only for an infection, which I don't have. Why do I know that?
What's an infection?
It's, does the knowledge extend that far?
You can only relate it to how you know whether or not a nugget is good to eat still. That's the only way it makes sense in your brain hole.
It's like, you know when sometimes we can't eat the human food because it's no longer food, because we waited too long to eat it. It's like that, but for being alive.
That's actually really good. I like that.
That's pretty good.
Isn't that just death?
Just give me... No, not quite.
It's almost.
It's pretty close, though. You don't want to be there.
It's almost death. Okay,
It's almost
I think
there.
I get it.
It's like death, but no, not quite.
It's anti-death medicine?
Kind of, yeah, actually. That's really accurate, actually.
Hey! Oh,
Yeah, I
crap.
guess Chewie is
We have
really smart.
anti-death medicine here.
It's at this point that both you,
Still
Ronnie,
weeping.
and Sam, you both notice that Chewie has been sitting next to a plate of the same kibble that you saw in that little dish in the corner of the backyard.
God damn it. I have to stop trusting Chewie for a millisecond. That's a lot.
You literally watched me go, like, there's this food here, what do I do with it?
That's right, I encouraged him, so I forgot that I did that.
Alright, so I guess it's just Sam noticing now for the first time.
Yeah.
I'm taking note of it, and I kind of just give Ronnie a look, and it's like a wink and a nod of being like, remember what we talked about?
Yeah, and I give him a nod. I'm trying to find a way to communicate. We'll talk about this later without words. I just give him a nod. I mouth the word later, which will mean nothing to anyone, I think. But Morgan might be in the know.
Yep. He's picking up like that. You're acknowledging what we talked about is kind of more or less like, hey, do you see this shit? It's the same thing. Got the same shit going down.
Chewie, I would eat what you're gonna eat from that before we leave, because obviously we can't like take that with us. That's gonna be really bad for the economy.
Oh, I wasn't gonna touch it. I don't really know what the human wanted me to do with it, so I just wanted to leave it there.
Fantastic idea.
Hey, Chewie, the human brought that out for you, just left it for you, right?
Yeah, he put it in front of me, and then he pushed it towards me when I didn't touch it.
I did witness this, so I give a thumbs up.
I didn't know what to do, so I just left it.
Alright. You see where he got it from?
I don't think so. He came with this little plate, and then it already had food on it, I think. And then he gave some to Thrall, with a different kind of kibble. I don't know what that one was. Maybe that was what the anti-death medicine was.
Yeah, the biotex.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know what that is yet. No, biotex was good. I should have said that. I described bisexual oats, so... You got some biotes.
Oh
got some biotes, yeah.
So,
Anti-biotes. Homophobic oats.
Yeah, listen to Ronnie on that. Take what you need now. Fill your stomach up, because we don't know how long this is going to take.
Okay.
But that doesn't come back.
You need to rest so we don't die.
Only because I was told by a cop that it's okay.
Yeah, it's like, at this point, like, we're having a rough day. I think everybody has injury from the previous...
Something or another, yeah.
Well, then everyone should have some.
So it's like, take the opportunity to relax, fill your stomach, rest up.
Yeah.
So this doesn't come back to New Rodensburg.
This is a good place for everyone to go ahead and just replenish your injury and make it go down to nothing. Is that it? Yeah, injury.
Okay.
Injury, exhaustion. You guys are good. You guys are taking a nice long rest in this guy's Garden of Eden backyard. Night falls. I imagine that some of you guys curl up underneath. You guys are mostly nocturnal, but you guys have been awake mostly all day. So if you guys need to rest, you guys can rest either in the topiary bushes or the rose bushes or underneath the deck. There is, however, sometime around 12, maybe 1:30 in the morning, there is the scratching of clawed feet climbing up the side of the picket fence on the side closest to that little offering tray that you, Ronnie, and Morgan investigated.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I actually posted up like in a tree nearby there.
Yeah.
Knowing like as like a stakeout. It's like I'm suspicious of where this is coming from and where it's going, and I'm going to be. I don't know what a bird's sleep schedule is like, to be honest with you, but
most birds, I think.
But cops don't rest easy when they're on a stakeout.
Justice never sleeps.
Justice never sleeps.
Incredibly hard time sleeping with all the knowledge he's gained today. So that he is hanging out near Sam just because he doesn't want to be alone right now, and the other two are asleep.
So it's like possum hanging from its tail in the tree, and like Sam sitting right above him.
Again, just in silence, because what the fuck do we have to talk about if not about Ruby? You know,
this is the best. Currently, this is the best relationship Sam's had since his partner died. Like, just two people. Yeah, it's just like
literally hanging out.
Two dudes hanging out in silence.
Do you pour him a drink from that that liquor that Commissioner gave you?
Yeah. So I think that's a good time to pour it out and be like, hey, Ronnie.
I mean, like, you don't have any glasses, so you like pass the bottle back and forth.
Yeah, we're just handing the bottle back and forth. Literally, it's like handing it down to Ronnie, who's in the branch, and then handing it back.
Having a hard time picking it upside down.
I try anyway, and after some pours on my face, like, Anna, did you know it's actually good for helping stop yourself from getting an infection? And I just hand it back up.
That I never want to know that, and then,
I didn't want to either.
But then you guys hear the scratchy of the thing climbing up the fence.
Hey, Ronnie, get up here.
Oh, no. I don't know how possums get out of that position, but I do what they need to do that. Yeah.
The first thing that you guys see is two triangular ears peeking out over the side, followed by two round paw-like hands and claws, and then two yellow eyes that reflect the moonlight that pull itself over the top. Once you guys realize it's an animal, you start to see it in its, true anthropomorphic 1920s aesthetic with a little trilby fedora and a trench coat. Hey, as a trilby kid, I resemble that remark.
I was also a trilby kid. That's why I'm saying it with dark memories associated.
And this is, it is a black and white cat. He's got like half of his face is mostly blotted and white and black faced. For the not like blackface as in the racism, but like black on the face. I don't know what like
language, man.
Like a white splotch that kind of covers most of this part of his eye and some of his nose and over here, and then a white
a Phantom of the Opera man.
Like a Phantom of the Opera, but also with like a little white soul patch.
Okay.
Right there. And white paw socks, so it kind of looked like he was wearing white driving gloves, but no, that's just the fur on his hands. And this cat flips up and over and climbs down and pulls out a duffel bag off of his shoulder and just starts scooping kibble into the.
How do we approach this? Do we approach this?
I would go ahead and say yes at this point. We got him literally with his hands dirty.
All right. Do you want me to try talking to him and you can kind of just eavesdrop? They don't need to know you're here.
Yeah, I like that. It's good. I'm gonna post up. I'm gonna let Ronnie go down and kind of like confront this cat. And I'm gonna post up nearby silently.
Is this cat a member of the church?
This cat.
Have we seen this cat around?
Yeah. Do I know this?
You've seen so many straight. You can't. You are upwind of this cat, so you can't really get a good smell on him just yet.
Okay, I'm just going to place a random guess at his name.
Okay.
Just to get his attention. I'm just going to, as I slowly approach, I go, "Hey, tartar sauce, how's it going?" That's a pretty good guess for a cat, and you cannot tell what. He's a house. I mean, most houses have weird food names, I assume cats.
You don't know if he's a houser. He could just be a snake.
Yeah, exactly. I'm taking a guess. Most cats, I assume, have weird food names because most of the cats I know in real world
have weird food names.
My cat's Flower, but I didn't get to name her, so she came with that one pre-installed.
That's totally fair. The cat that I had growing up was named Jasmine.
Exactly. So most cats I know are named after food. So guessing a random food. Tartus is also the name of the grumpy cat. Rest in peace. She died like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I didn't know what her name was though.
Yeah, tartar sauce.
Absolutely. When you throw out this absolute batshit wild guess. This cat kind of does, to the best of the anthropomorphic form's ability, mimics like an actual cat's startled archback reaction. With the the duffel bag of kibble still in his hands. What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I got you mixed up with another cat. What you doing there, though?
None of your,
You do.
none of your business, possum.
You don't want to take a stab at a possum name?
No. That would be really insensitive just to give us a name based off of what animal you is.
I wouldn't have mind. I don't want to see it. I think it's happening only because Goon can't think of a standard possum.
Really, if you think about it, you just
No,
you
it's a little
basically
racist.
profiled this cat.
Yeah.
I'm a cop now. I gotta be a piece of shit.
This is also 1920s vibe, so like,
Exactly. Thank you very much. I was called you Chewy.
Please.
that's fine.
That's fine. In this context, it's fine. But I kept calling Goon Chase for like a year, so I just gotta not get into that habit.
Yeah.
Outside of campaign that we played, I would call him by his character for like a year.
Yeah.
Anyway, you from Rome Spring?
You were buzzing out completely. I couldn't understand you.
Oh, let me take a little step back here.
That is
I don't know.
too dark.
Ooh,
You
yeah, I was
line,
looking at that.
You line up like this next to your mic. That's how you get the good sound.
That's about where I normally rest. I just wasn't quite there.
I got 2 of these for my mic.
So I'm usually there. I just lean a little bit when I do a little voice, you know?
And you speak to the side of the microphone.
Yeah, because
Directly
otherwise
out.
your plosives hit it direct. I got an AV degree, boo, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
This is why our characters get along so well. Have sound backgrounds. That's why the mic's here and I look here. You spend a lot of time on New Rodents, bud?
Yeah. Why do you ask? Who are you? Step into the light.
I step into the light.
Church boy?
I have a name, you know.
Yeah, it's
I have
church
multiple,
boy.
in fact.
That's opposite church point of you.
Yeah, that's officer church boy to you, where I show all my new badge.
No shit.
Yeah, they let me into the. I'm surprised as you are.
I thought you'd be too busy chasing after and cleaning up the messes of one Ruby Firecracker.
Listen. Oh God, it's not a really racist in character, in world racist, not real world racist thing to say. And I'm gonna say it because I want this guy to think I'm a dirty cop to get more info. And I go, hey, why can't I kill 2 birds with 1 stone? That's good, right? I'm proud of that as like a racist thing to say.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I get my flash.
Well, okay. So what do you want?
Well, I want to know what you're doing. See if it's something I should be worried about.
I'm providing for my family. You know, sometimes honest to God strays like myself need a little holy help from these kind humans.
All right.
You understand accepting the blessings from humans, don't you, church boy?
I don't accept money from humans, now do I? No, I might be willing to accept from, say, a cat who wants this to go off the books.
Oh, that's what this is what you're doing. That's crazy. Oh wow.
Listen. Yeah?
What? Okay, I didn't expect to see you here.
Yeah, a lot of surprising things happening.
Yeah, because last time I heard you were on some kind of suicide mission, bringing some crazy big thing back to wherever it came from. Didn't expect you to end up here. To be here at this holy shrine to this wonderful human man, God man. He fumbles with religious terminology. He's knocked him out.
I'm like one of the most notable people in the church, and he called me church boy. I could assume he wasn't the most right?
So, how many kibs you want? How many kibs you want? And I'll tell you how many kibs I can spare for the church.
For the church, of course.
For the church.
I've never been the best at looking at things at a glance, but how much you think you got here?
I see. I've got at least 2 biscuits worth.
About 10% off of that. Sounds like what the church needs.
Okay. Here's my tithe, and he gives you a good 10 kibs.
All right. I'm mostly just buying time to give Sam time to investigate.
Oh, yeah.
Hey Sam, what you doing?
So at this point, I notice him actually willing to part with it. It's not just him taking. He's not a stray that's taking the money for himself, like he said. He's actually willing to be like, oh, hey, underhandedly pass money off dirtily. So I'm going to fly down, and I'm going to pull out. I have a safety razor pocket knife.
God damn.
It's in my inventory.
I have a universal translator. That's the thing in my equipment.
Well, I have the standard issue 1920s cop pocket knife and a pistol. I haven't quite figured out what the pistol would be in animal terms, but technically I have a
pocket full of stones you throw in.
pocket full of stones.
What if it's one of those rubber band gun things?
Ooh.
That would be a nice stunning gun.
I technically, this is something I actually own in real life. I have a crossbow that's about this big.
Okay.
Yeah. And I like to think that that's what it would be, is this tiny little toothpick crossbow.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
So Sam's got a toothpick crossbow and a safety razor, and he flies down seeing the handoff of the goods. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to use threatening visage to get him to actually say what he's doing. Kind of openly threaten him with a knife and be like, "All right, pal, what are you actually doing with the kibble?"
Cool. All right, give me that roll, baby.
Yeah. So I get to roll with might instead of charm for using threatening visage.
I need to take that ability, because I think that ability is in my playbook.
Yeah.
And I haven't taken it. And I
haven't taken a single increase in ability scores. I've just been taking other random abilities that just make him more rounded.
I took a point in finesse.
So that is a 7.
So I can help, because I'm also clearly in on this.
Well, no, it wouldn't be clear at this. Well, I mean, by association.
I just said I was a cop, and then a known cop showed up after that exact exchange happened. I trust this cat's got a little thought in his head.
A little sense. Wait, I know that you're jacked. How jacked are you?
I have a 3 in might.
You have a 3 in might. Okay, I'm gonna let that bump that up.
I am more jacked than most people can physically be.
Right. What was your roll?
My roll was a 7.
Was a 7. Okay, just by being there and being so jacked, I'm gonna let that be an 8. So you Dark Knight down from I assume the tree.
Yeah, go fly. So there's a fence post there, and I think he would be the cat wouldn't notice him because he is, wearing the black trench coat and everything, and he's just silently watching the interaction. And he flies down, pulls out the safety razor pocket knife, and just kind of walks up and puts it right up to his neck and grabs it by the shirt collar. He's like, "What are you doing with the kibble?" And I push him directly into Ronnie, who's just broad-chested.
Broad chest.
Like I said, I'm providing for my family.
Now, what are you really doing? Who's your family?
All family is a loose concept. It's kind of a. Who's
your damn family, cat?
The raccoons. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Jesus Christ, you're scary little bird. You know that? You're a scary little bird.
Yeah, I get that a lot. So I'm gonna pull out and be like, "Hey, turn around, Ron. You hold him for a second." I take the duffel bag
in the old arm jail.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take a zip tie out of my pack, and I'm gonna handcuff him.
Hey! Don't I have rights or something? I should pay attention at school.
This is 1920s. You ain't got no rights.
Hey, 1920s. No, we were outside of the city, like we're in international waters, baby.
I need you both to give me. I need you both to give me a luck check right now.
Okay.
Alright.
What power does a mortal have in the land of the gods? Just saying.
Exactly.
That's
some beautiful fucking line. I wish I had this were charming enough to think of.
Okay.
That's like the Spy Kids 2 line. It's just like, do you think God stays away because he's in fear of what what he created?
I got an 8 even because I don't have any bonuses to luck.
7 even, same, no bonuses to luck.
No bonuses? Okay.
Our lucky boy is too busy sleeping, presumably.
You guys,
with 3 damage, yeah.
In this moment, the cat is screaming about rights that he may or may not have. You guys something inside you hits. It's like an intense nausea and sleepiness that kind of hits you because you guys got like a mixed success. I'm gonna give you guys one more action with the realization that you guys are going down and you guys are going down hard and fast.
Ooh.
Let me look through my playbook.
It's confirmed that we're going down?
You guys both,
okay.
Yeah, you guys, something that you guys have ingested recently is causing this adverse reaction in both of your systems, and this cannot be a coincidence. You guys have one action to do something to better the situation in any possible way.
Whew. I don't know if I have anything.
Any action doesn't have to be a play or anything. Could be just something that you want to do that'll make you make an extra roll for, probably a disadvantage depending on what it is.
Well, I don't want this guy to get away. So I'm tempted to just knock him out.
Hug?
You said I was thinking ramming his head into this fence, but that sounds like it's going to do a lot more damage than what I probably want from this guy. I don't want to kill this man.
If you want to do sleep paralysis hug, you can roll with might, and because you're so strong, I won't even make you roll with disadvantage.
Alright, that's a 6 and a 3 plus 3 is 12.
That's a 12, baby! So yes, you in your final moments of lucidity, you're like, okay, don't let this guy away, I'm going down. There's, in the anime Scissor 7, there's the Golden Virgin Defense.
Oh, yeah!
It's kind of like that, but in hug form.
The super lock.
Yeah! And you
It's
just
like
kind of go
hug.
down, and this cat's kind of like...
It's like the Unbreakable Virgin lock or something like
Yeah!
Down together, bud.
that. Can I roll like kind of like a cunning to see if I can understand what happened? Because like
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out.
I'll let you.
Yeah.
And because this is like one of your better skills in the same set.
Yeah.
Like this is your last action. You feel it going on, but this is what you do. I'm not gonna have you roll with disadvantage on this one.
Oh yeah, that is an 11. I got a 10 going forward, plus 1 for the cunning.
Heck, yeah. Something you've ingested recently. What have you ingested recently?
We had the booze and we had the food.
The food.
But the food was hours ago, right? Like we've been here for all night.
Yeah. The only
So
thing
was it the booze?
The only thing that could have possibly you guys are animals. Anything that you like eat, you are like good at smelling if it is bad for you. And
Yeah.
like maybe you had a couple berries from the berry bushes. Nothing about that smelled off. Alcohol is another story. Alcohol is really easy to sneak something in, something bad, something that could do this to you. It was the good liquor.
Can I uncork the bottle before I go down and kind of give it like a sniff just to kind of figure out like what I'm dealing with, and then kind of like stumble forward and I guess drop the bottle.
Yeah. That's gonna be a wild thing to wake up for Chewie and Ruby.
Yeah.
Just like Ronnie cuddled up to an unconscious cat and the furred face first.
I think the last thing that
everywhere.
I think the thing that crosses his mind too is that the commissioner gave him the bottle.
Yeah, that is. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna say that you don't have like as soon as you make the realization that it was the booze, like you've already lost like most of the feeling in your arms, and so you really can't articulate the bottle in that way. To like give it a smell test, and as you're going down, that memory of her giving you the bottle to commemorate the special occasion of the anniversary of your partner's death, that crosses your mind, and you go down.
I'm just gonna say, like, as I'm going down, I see Ronnie like nuking this cat. And it's like, Ronnie, the booze, man, and I like can't say anything else, but like fall to the ground.
We get down and we do not get back up again.
Morning breaks. Chewie and Ruby, you guys wake up. Where were you guys sleeping?
In a tree.
In a tree.
Is there like space under the deck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen raccoons normally hang out in there, so
yeah,
must be nice.
Yeah. So Ruby, you come down from the tree. Chewie, you wake up, and the first thing that you see is the first thing that you hear is the sound of a cat scurrying up a fence. And the second thing that you notice is Ronnie and Sam's, passed out bodies.
Is the cat there?
The cat has just escaped.
God damn it.
Spent all night slowly getting out of the handcuffs for one, and for two, getting out of your iron grip. Spent all night, just as Chewie was
harder time getting out of Ronnie's grip than out of the handcuffs.
Yeah. And that's and you see those two guys passed out next to a bottle of booze in a tray full of the same kibble that the God of Hospitality gave you.
Guess those two had a rough night.
It does look like we drank all night.
You think we should let them sleep in, or should we bother them and
No,
I don't know.
We should get going. I go over.
We should abandon them. Does the kick wake me up?
I'm sorry?
Does the kick wake me up?
Did she kick you?
Yes, she said.
Yes.
Yeah, hard kick.
Give me a mic check, Ruby.
She knows I'm sturdy.
Oh.
I literally have an ability called Hardy.
That is a 2.
No, the kick does not wake you up.
It hurts her foot, it sounds like.
Go and take one arm.
I'm not conscious to take that arm for you, nor would I know how to.
Oh.
You stub your toe, and you're kind of bouncing up and down, rubbing it, and you notice a rodent-sized playing card in the grass. It is an ace. Ace of diamonds.
Okay.
Diamonds?
Yeah.
What does this mean? Chewie, do you know what this means?
Does Chewie know what that means?
Chewie, working at the restaurant, sometimes with the bill, there would come playing cards of varying suits and numbers. And what you were told to do by your dad and your uncle is to put them in a box along with a copy of the receipt. Put them in a box along with a copy of the receipt. They said something about write-offs and something about accountability and something like that. It kind of went over your head.
I think it has to do with like finances or something. I don't know why this is here.
I love Chewy
That
so
doesn't
much.
make any sense.
I love the way Chewy
No, I
sees the world. It makes me so happy.
I'm adding it to my inventory. It is mine now.
That is the Ruby philosophy, yes.
Yeah.
What is this? Now it's mine.
It is
Finders
mine
keepers.
now.
What is this? You don't know? Now it's mine.
Sam's fully
You know-
aware of like these things. I'm passed out and I wouldn't see this happening. It's now in Ruby's bag and I'll never
He's
know.
never going to show it to
You'll
you.
never see it again.
I'll never see this. I'll never know it was there.
Ruby, I don't know if your brother is really interested in getting drunk or whatever, but it seems weird that a cop would just get that drunk, doesn't it?
No, he got gifted the bottle by his boss, so...
I was going to say, how did you know that? I remember you were specifically peeking in through the window.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching the entire thing. I followed you guys.
Maybe they're not really in the state of mind to be traveling. But we should probably get them up. What can I do? Let's see.
Yeah,
And I start
no
digging
sense.
around in my bag and stuff.
Fucking go for it,
You're
man.
good at food. Food wakes people up.
I'm trying to think if there's like an animal equivalent to smelling salt. Would it be like mint?
Is there any source of water?
Yeah, there's a hose.
Okay, do I have any idea how to operate a hose though?
There could be enough like
You can
residual
freaking
oil.
try and figure it out with Dunning.
Wait! I have something for this.
Do you
Okay.
know?
When Nimblemind, when you attempt a roguish feat involving mechanisms or locks, I can
I was
roll
gonna say,
cunning.
raccoons are crafty bastards. I've never seen one open a hose, but I have seen them like.
I'm gonna-
unlock an animal.
I'm gonna assume that Chewie has at least seen human yards before, like near the park, and has potentially seen a hose at least give water. Because if that doesn't make any sense, then I
No,
wouldn't have
that makes complete
Accesses
sense.
in
Okay.
parks
You
for
see, you see the spout.
I'm gonna.
You see the spout attached to the side of the house, and the hose running off to somewhere.
Okay, so I'm gonna investigate this hose situation and try to figure out if I can find where the water's gonna come out and figure out how to turn it on.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna point the hose towards these two
Oh,
and turn it on.
Better at least. That's no trouble.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Drowning in mud in the side of the yard.
13.
Okay, all right. So yeah, not
Dang,
only-
Chewie.
yeah, you follow the hose very, very easily. The hose is attached to like a kind of strange little plastic mound. It looks very strange. It looks kind of sun bleached. And on the inside, you kind of see like a little like pink plastic flower inside of this mound. It's kind of got like a mound going up, and then there's an indentation. There's a little pink flower sticking out of it, which is kind of strange. It's weird. And so you go back to the spout. You go back to the spout, and you turn on the spout, and the water goes through the hose into this plastic apparatus. And you can see little spouts of water out of the side of the mound start to spout out and everything. And then after a couple of seconds, the plastic visage of a gopher comes out with the flower on top, and spouts out the water from the flower. And the gopher has a little plastic hose in its hands, and it spins around, smacking you in the face with water. Along with Ruby, I assume, who was also along for the ride.
Yeah.
And then it spins around, spitting water everywhere, and then it goes down for a couple of seconds, and it goes back up, and it spits water out and around, and it goes down a little bit. This is
Water.
ridiculous.
That's so weakness.
Okay, so we take this entire mound and we push it out there.
We take them out.
And push it somewhere else!
The same preference.
One brain cell! Only one!
Only one.
Literally all
It
of
will
us.
forever be in our head.
So I imagine you two take some time, because you guys aren't the beefy boy that is Ronnie. And it takes some time, but you guys weather the miniature storm that the mound creates, and you push it across the yard to your brother and the police officer, and you sit and wait for the gopher to rise up with the hose and spin around. You both wake up to being smacked in the face by a plastic gopher.
Oh, fuck! Oh, God! Do we have like a headache? How bad do we feel?
Give me a luck check, both of you. No, give me a might check.
Oh, I'm gonna
might.
14.
14. You don't have a hangover.
I don't
Much did you do drink?
I just roll boxcars, baby.
Boxcars?
That's 13. Yeah, boxcars, baby.
Oh, I was like, what is boxcars? I've heard of
Boxcars
Snake
is-
Eyes.
I didn't even think it's my dice and numbers.
Yeah, same.
Boxcars is double sixes.
Yeah, I bet.
Awesome.
Yeah, it looks like a train.
Oh,
Yeah, boxcars, yeah.
Choo-choo.
Chewie, I knew you could do it. I give him a big old hug.
Do what, huh?
Wait, oh my God. Where's that cat? Where's that fucking cat?
The one that went over the fence?
You let it get away. Oh, you know what?
I was just waking up.
You're right, Chewie. I shouldn't blame you for things.
Thanks, I think. Are you guys doing okay?
No,
I pick up the bottle and put it back in my coat pocket.
I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know if I. Morgan, can I tell him what's going on? You take the reins on this one. Oh, fuck.
All right. Yeah. So the kibble that we're finding here from this bearded god is very similar to kibble that is being laundered throughout New Rodensburg, and there's a pretty hefty trail of strays coming in and out of this area that we picked up the trail on.
Make any sort of deception roll.
Well,
that you picked up evidence
picked up
off the
something?
ground.
If we, you know what? It would be Ruby's finesse against Morgan's cunning.
Okay.
Okay.
Ruby, just double checking. You didn't help the cat get away, did you?
No, I didn't help him get away. He was already gone.
Okay. I assume Ruby admits to most of her crimes to me, so he trusts her implicitly.
Ruby has pride in her crimes, actually.
Oh, yeah.
She brags about him the second she gets home, and Ronnie goes, "Fuck."
Unless it's
God
something
damn it,
like,
sir.
Unless it's something more serious,
I
like
got,
counterfeiting.
And arson.
Get an
Yes.
8.
I got
Didn't
a
roll.
What did you get?
I got a 14.
And I trust Ruby implicitly, so I will not be
Ruby has
rolling.
successfully done nothing good enough. Ruby has successfully hidden the realization that she has evidence well enough that Morgan didn't pick up on it, which is a pretty
Okay,
interesting feat.
I'm gonna go ahead and use the eye for the real story here as well, because it says, reading a situation, you can mark exhaustion even on a miss to spot someone who knows more than they're letting on.
Get fucked.
I'm fucked.
So I'm gonna take note that Ruby's not telling me the whole truth.
Morgan,
And
you
I'm
see
just gonna inventory that.
Morgan, what you see is Ruby with, a complete deadpan expression of not knowing anything more than she's letting on. But then you realize, this is Ruby? She probably knows something more.
Yeah,
It's Ruby.
she definitely knows something more. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna take inventory of that. I'm gonna keep an eye on it.
Okay.
And I trust
Fuck.
Ruby implicitly. She would have
Yeah.
told me if she knew. Yeah.
But
I don't think it's
so
related.
going forward, I get a +1 on convincing you to share secrets with me in private.
Ooh.
Damn it.
Like a me though in my character sheet.
Hey, oppa.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I
thing
mean,
is-
like, persuading PCs is like it is in the other system, right? That you can't, like, force someone, but basically if you roll high, they get bonuses for obeying you.
Yeah, it just says take a +1 ongoing to convince them to share their secret when you get them in private. So like I can kind of corner her at some other point and be like, listen,
Yeah.
I know you were hiding something. What was it? And try. I have to roll to get her to do it, but I get a bonus for trying to.
Heck yeah.
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 The Bearded God of Hospitality comes out onto the deck with a cup of joe in his hand. He looks over, Thrall Abdul gets out a stethoscope, and as he presses the cold stethoscope to Thrall Abdul's chest, he kind of wakes up and goes, ah! 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 Ah!
It's okay. It's okay. This human is a healer.
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Oh,
He's like up.
that's not good.
He's like up on the table, and you guys are down on the ground.
It's okay. We're just short.
Huh? Huh?
We're down below. Hi. Yes.
Hello. Hello. What is he doing?
He's a healer. He's making sure you're okay.
Are you
Make me
sure?
feel good. Yes.
We checked.
Do you know what antibiotics say?
My wound is stinging.
Because it's antibiotics. Actually, let me take this one. You know, Chewie, I know you're normally...
Go ahead.
I spend 45 minutes explaining antibiotics. I'm tearing up the whole time. So then, what it does is it isolates the bacteria. That's just...
And I don't get it.
I don't like that I do. It burns because it's helping you, not because it's hurting you.
If it burns, it's working.
That doesn't make any sense, but okay.
It's very counterintuitive, but I really need you to trust me on this because I can't give another 45 minutes of speech on this.
Have you ever cleaned a wound before?
With my tongue, yes.
Doesn't that sting?
Yes.
No, you're a
Wow.
genius. I knew you had it in you. Thank you, Mark. And listen, every time Jimmy succeeds at something, it's a point to prove Ronnie right that he can do anything. Every time he fails at something, he just ignores it.
May, that's just common sense, though, isn't it?
Ronnie can do anything. Or Chewie can do anything.
He can do anything.
You can do anything, Chewie.
Thrall Abdul tries to get up while he's still on the table.
That's gonna hurt, bud.
Huh?
Go and do it. I like him.
I'm fine. Hold on. Let me just. And he freaking clatters to the ground.
I told you. Not to
My
brag
legs
or
hurt.
anything. Yeah.
What happened
Antibiotics.
to my legs?
We were hit by a human motorized
You were
conveyance.
hit by a car. Okay,
Like a bus, but smaller.
but smaller.
Do you know what bus is, actually? I don't know if I shared that with anyone.
Sorry, I'm not great with cars. I kind of freeze up.
Is that what they're called?
I think so.
I call them human motorized conveyances, so...
I guess that's a good word terminology for them.
It's just a lot to say every time.
It is a lot to say. Every
A
time.
bus but small was my abbreviation up until now, but it's just called cars.
BBS.
BBS. A bus but small.
Bus but small.
Thank you. One brain cell, but you can always show it up again.
It's
Fucking
rattling
BBs.
around in here. Let's go. You can see the bearded god of death, kind of not death, but god of hospitality, just take a sip of his joe as he watches Thrall Abdul try to stand. Well, looks like I gotta bring you to work with me. And then he goes back inside.
No. I say that out loud. I go, hey, he's saying bring him to work with him. He works in a hospital. But I think that's going to be like a problem, maybe.
Yeah, that's the well, I don't know which way that is, but it seems like the opposite of what we want.
At the very least, it's like a neutral move, but at worst, it's a negative move.
Hold on. So this human's a healer,
Yes.
and the healer is saying that he needs to bring his patient somewhere else to heal better, and you want to stop him from
Is he
bringing
going
the
to
patient.
us?
Wait, like we can probably follow them.
Not if they get in the bus, but small.
We can wait in this house and see if he comes back.
Bring him back. But what if he doesn't? You know what? You're
Wait.
right. You're right, Shu. You're always right. I'm gonna
Wait,
trust
but
you on
like,
this.
wouldn't the human just like bring him to a forest? I guess it would matter which forest.
Yeah, we're not just trying to bring him back to a forest.
Yeah,
But the humans are gods. They might know.
The bearded god comes back out in like a blue scrub shirt. It's got like a little sunset insignia, and Ronnie, you can see the words and Sunset Animal Hospital, and then you understand what a hospital is.
I fucking cry some more.
Just whenever you learn a new human term, you just freaking your mind explodes.
Okay, maybe we should stop him from breeding.
We have those in New Rodensburg. Never mind, I knew what a hospital was.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
That kind of hospital.
For like you can equate what this word means
It's
human to
just
the concept that exists in New Rodensburg. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just a lot easier to mesh those in my head than to be introduced to a new concept like antibiotics.
And schooling and like
And buses and
cars and everything is
buses, but small. BBSs.
You can see that he takes something out of like a little pouch on his pants, and it's like a small slender thing, and he pulls a cap off of it, and he kind of jabs it into the side of Thrall Abdul's neck and squeezes softly, and Thrall Abdul goes, "Ow! You sexy man."
Oh god, hold on. I walked to Sam. I'm so RMS. Sam, do you think this guy's working with the commissioner of the Bird Police Department?
no, that was a little bit different, I think.
Oh, okay. I just look. We didn't
Wait.
talk about that earlier.
You got your head in the game, though. I appreciate it.
Ronnie's weirdly excited to be a cop. A weird amount of excitement. I'd like to point out that me, the person, feels really weird about being both a member of a major religion and a cop, but Ronnie's into it.
And
I'm with Ruby. What, huh?
the bearded god of hospitality kneels down and in the same, just, impressive feat of strength, puts Thrall Abdul on his shoulders like a shoal, and he kind of looks down at you all and kind of gives you a motion into the house, and he walks through the house gingerly, moving Thrall Abdul's massive antlers out of the way.
Looking at the ground, I don't want to read anything.
No reading! As you, Ronnie, enter the house, you do see a doormat that says "Live, Laugh, Love."
I know what all those things are, I think.
I know about living. I know about life.
I don't know if he knows love, but he's aware of the concept.
He loves his sister.
Yeah, but I don't.
Yeah.
When they say "live, laugh, love," I don't think they're talking about that kind.
I think love is just in general in that. I don't know.
Fair enough. He does. Yeah, he does
I'm
love
not-
his sister.
So, do you all
Not from the generation.
the passed out Thrall on the
Yes.
shoulders of the god?
Absolutely.
I
gotta
am
check
very
it, though.
interested to see the
This is
inside
a
of this
weird day for this guy. Like, weird weekend for this guy.
Is he just letting us in the house?
He's
Yeah.
like leading you through the house, first initially through like a human living room with a shag carpet, a leather couch, and a great big TV, through the way to like a small kitchenette area. It's like a relatively small 2-bedroom, $5,000 house, and he leads you through the front door and to not the biggest truck. It's like Truck Coon almost, but like an Americanized Truck Coon. If you know what I'm referring to, like one of those little Japanese trucks.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, those things.
It's not exactly like that. It's like an Americanized like a version for like people who need to haul stuff but not big stuff and not all the time. They just more or less need something that can haul on occasion, but more or less just need to go places.
So we are in America.
Just gonna ease the guy.
All of my pieces coming together that this is secretly taking place in Trinity Peaks. It's all coming together. Because Trinity Peaks was in America. Do you see?
Is the ending of this session, like this season, going to be like the invasion, and we get to see it on the ground?
As animals.
As animals. Then I gotta play a character in season 2 who can talk to animals.
And he puts Thrall Abdul in the back of the truck. And he kind of leaves the flap of the door down and kind of looks at the trail of animals behind him.
Skidder.
You guys get into the truck?
I get the truck.
Absolutely.
I call shotgun, but I don't know what that is.
with Thrall.
In the back. Well, no, I mean, he didn't open like the cab. He opened up the
in
bed
the
of
back.
the truck.
Oh, a bed in the back of a truck, that is gonna be weird.
Like-
But
Is it like a covered bed or is it open?
nope, he's just gonna hold on tight.
Okay.
He did like take some bungees and like strap Thrall down to the floor. So if you want to crawl under that and get yourself a little seatbelt situation, you can totally do that.
He's gonna.
Yeah, consider it done.
Yeah. And with a little bit of rumbling and the pulling away, you guys are riding in the back of this truck, and you guys go over the bridge, no problem. Like, from the end of last episode, you guys go over the bridge, no problem. You guys managed to get across the bridge where you needed to go, and that's awesome. And you guys, hit a couple potholes. That's fine. Nothing too serious happens. And when you guys finally stop, the bearded god comes around with a box with holes in the side, and he kind of opens it up to you and kind of waves his hand to get you guys into the box, because obviously he can't just parade you guys in like he did before through his own house. This is his place of work. There are professional standards. Mm-hmm. So he just kind of like opened the box out. There's some kibble in the box as well. So we're just kind of holding the box in. He's kind of like, come on, in the box.
Chewie just instantly trusts him.
Alright, if Chewie's in, I'm in.
Oh, okay. I guess we're going.
Literally, he goes, if he's in, I'm in. And he walks in.
Got ourselves a nice little chain of command here.
Yeah.
It's like Morgan, Ronnie, Ruby, Chewie, and then Ronnie beneath Chewie again.
Well, no, it's the chain that begins and ends with Morgan, because it's Morgan, Ronnie, Ruby, Chewie, Ronnie, Morgan. And it's a circle.
Yeah, it's just a circle.
It's like one of those numbers.
Of blind trust.
Was it a palindrome where it's the same thing forward and backwards?
Just a palindrome.
Freaking.
If he's
And so yeah, now he's got a box full of critters, and he brings you guys inside, and he sets the box on the desk, and he says, "Hey, Darla, keep an eye on this box. I've got some critters in there. I got a great big
box.
I got a great bigger critter in this in the bed of my truck, and I gotta bring him in. If you would watch these guys, thank you very much." And he goes back out and starts to unbungee Thrall Abdul, and those of you who peek out of the holes in the box and peek through the plate window in the front side of this animal hospital, you will see a glorious sight. The morning sun shining down on a bright and colorful elementary school with a brand new playground teeming with kids. Your quest started off a little rough, to say the least, but you guys are pretty close to your first destination. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode of Trash Chronicles. It's time for advancements. If you guys want to pitch a moment where you guys will earn an advancement, now is the time if you guys want to do that.
Oh yeah.
Do I get points for attempting to topple over a tyrannical figure?
Who was being tyrannical?
The god of death.
She perceived them as tyrannical and then attempted to topple them.
Yeah, and Don Quixote perceived the windmills as giants, but he's still an idiot.
It was no, I guess.
I'll
That's a
take
no.
that out.
Good pull.
That was good.
Literary reference! Huzzah!
Quick Sonic Adventures on us.
That was good. That was good. I like it.
Fucking, I love me a good Don Quixote reference.
Yeah, literary illusion. Just pat myself on the back, give myself a bruise.
As a guy with an art degree, I you know,
Alright,
I appreciate it.
anyone else have an advancement they want to pitch me?
I did not protection nor principles. Well,
I mean,
I tried to protect New Rodensburg by knocking out that cat to stop that kibble from getting into the city.
It's illegal kibble.
So
If I didn't say that, Ronnie did not take that kibble. As soon as he woke up, he took the kibble out of his little pockets and got rid of it. He doesn't want that dirty money.
This is one of the dirty kibs in his
same token.
Yeah.
You're a good kid, right?
He doesn't even like clean money. He's not a big capitalism fan. He's like, I'm gonna make him like me somehow.
Dirty in the eyes of the Lord. You know, yeah.
The light in the eyes of the good burger. It's bad money.
It's bad money. Bad money in the eyes of the good burger.
I'm trying to think of like the equivalent of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, and I'm thinking like the Keenan, the Kel, and
the burger, the bun, and the holy sauce.
that's good.
Yes.
There we go. We got there in the end.
oh, good. Wait, I should probably tell you after.
Oh, okay.
We're in the middle of something. It's fine.
Do I get the advancement for protecting the city?
For protecting the
You said something adjacent to morals. What was the other one? Not protection. The other one.
My other thing is principles.
Yeah, principles. So like you were sort of playing the part of like, okay, I'm gonna help the cop by pretending to be a dirty cop. So you were faking having bad principles to uphold your good principles, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Krimeric is here for me. I don't know what they are for everyone else, but yeah, what Krimeric said.
You pointed to me for me.
Hey, yeah. Anyway, what he said.
I got kind of an interesting way of looking at it. I definitely have an advancement from one of my drives.
We'll get back to what you pitched. I want to hear what Morgan has to say.
So, in terms of my drives are discovery and revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my revenge specifically says you advance when you cause significant harm to them or their interests. Technically, the cat got away,
We could get away.
and it's part of the investigation, the ongoing investigation of my partner's death, which is the revenge portion of it.
I will let you take an advancement for this, but I will also ask you to take one more notch in notoriety against the raccoon mob.
Okay.
Same with
boy,
you,
that
Ronnie. No matter what, I want you to take a notch against a notch in notoriety against the raccoon mob.
Gotcha. That's fine.
That puts me at 3 notches with the raccoon mob.
You were already at one notoriety.
I already have a -1 with them.
Yeah.
That's super. But yeah.
But also,
the other one was discovered.
Ronnie,
The other one
I'll
was
let you get
discovery,
Ronnie.
so.
I'll let you get one notch in prestige with the BPD.
Cool. I am one step closer to being a +2 with them because I got a +1 from my background.
Heck yeah, baby.
Nice.
Being buddy with all our cops so that I can help.
I'm not gonna let you take the advancement though, but I'll let you get that notch, but I'm not gonna let you take the advancement.
I'll take it.
It was very close, which is why I let you get the advancement, the notch, and not the advancement.
I'll take it. I'm basically a cop. I am not. I am literally a cop. I said basically.
Yeah.
Buddy's a cop and
anyone
a
else?
church member.
Anyone else have a pitch for an advancement?
Nope.
Okay.
Show it
It's
time.
time to pitch fan art, baby, for the Patreon. This week the Patreon art was Chewie getting bonked on the head by the bazooka. That
It's
literally
cute.
is the disc launcher. I thought it was cute.
I always forget how cute Chewie is.
Who's got a pitch for this week's Patreon art? Patreon, if you want to see the Patreon art, go to patreon.com/daddysdungeondnd. If you want to vote on which of these submissions gets to be turned into the weekly art, go to my Twitter sometime after this gets done premiering on YouTube, sometime in the afternoon tomorrow, or the next day if I get really swamped at work and I forget and I'm a dumb, stupid idiot. I'm a dumb idiot, man, and a stupid guy. Who has a pitch?
I would like an image of Ronnie and Sam Morgan unconscious in a puddle of liquor, a booze, if you will.
a booze snooze.
I think something else now.
I got you, Frederick. I beat you to it.
We got booze snooze.
I got one just fine.
Death by booze snooze.
Oh god.
God, that's the way to go.
Classic.
I mean, everyone gets one. Everyone gets one pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want the bear hug.
Everybody
Bear
gets one.
hug.
Jail now.
Yeah.
Arm jail. I like arm jail. You got booze.
Me too.
Booze and arm jail.
I think I stole that from
Okay.
Draw Tactives, but it's fine.
That's cool.
So we've all seen the SpongeBob movie, right?
Which one?
Which one?
Like
Yeah.
the one where they go to the surface and they find
Which one?
this like the like knick-knack shop.
Where they
Yeah,
get tried out.
the
It's
first
the tier of the
SpongeBob
Goofy
movie.
Goober that brings them back.
Yeah. David Hasselhoff,
yeah.
not Keanu Reeves.
David Hasselhoff. SpongeBob
Yes,
movie,
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like the first one. I just want like Ruby Vision horror scene of this shed after she noticed the antlers and now everything is painted in a light of death.
Ah, spooky shit. Got it.
Yes.
Spooky shit.
Ruby's spooky shit. We got Booze Snooze, we got Arm Jill, we got Spooky Shed. Who's left?
That would be me. So my first thought originally was going to be Morgan holding a knife to a cat's throat while Ronnie is just massively imposed behind him.
On his chest.
But I think the funnier idea that would be to have Ruby failing to hide in the open, like behind a lawn gnome. I think that's a funnier idea.
We can see you,
Yeah.
Ruby.
Yeah, we can see you,
Yeah.
Ruby.
Okay.
You're not fooling anybody.
Booze Snooze, Arm Jail, Spooky Shed, and we can see you, Ruby. If you guys want to see any of those be turned into the Patreon art, go to my Twitter for the poll tomorrow, and vote. Democracy is the way. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'll set you guys free to go watch Critical Role, as you are wont to do. Of course,
No, we are.
Humble Garbage Man, Goon Daddy. Playing Chef Chewy Raccoon has been Criteric. Playing Ruby Possum has been Moss Creature.
I need to get better at hiding, apparently.
No sign of okay, cool. Playing Ronnie Possum has been the Noodle Doodler.
There is nothing scarier than knowledge.
No, it's just horror.
Eldritch knowledge.
Antibiotics to an animal is eldritch knowledge.
And playing Detective Sam Morgan has been Video James.
Justice never sleeps, kid.
Justice never sleeps. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Justice
I
is
love
never
you. You're awesome. But remember, you are all trash.
Trash.
I want to see Schoolhouse Rock, but it's Eldritch knowledge instead of like useful things, like a song about Cthulhu and his great works and other Eldritch Lovecraftian horrors. Oh my god.
Yes.
That's too far away.